Hello traders, this is Mark Anthony with Mercury Time Price Analytics, and it's time for the video update. A little bit late on Monday evening the 23rd, and there wasn't a whole lot going on today, but there are a couple of things I want to point out to you in terms of the way these algos work and how they can benefit you. So on Friday, the algos got long very early in the morning, rode it all the way up, and I just want to point out that the algorithms, the entry algorithms that we have, what makes them so special is they work on time and price. And the emphasis in these algos is on time. Price is important. Time is much, much more important. We're not talking about, time a day. It should take, something should happen in X amount of minutes. I'm talking about the market has a heartbeat, and that heartbeat is the amount of time it takes to do things. It's got a rhythm. It's got cycles. Well, all those things, that rhythm and those cycles can be expressed mathematically in algorithms, and we do it better than anybody. The algo that will give you the indication whether to go long or short, this is hands down the most sophisticated, accurate, algorithmic entry system for long and shorts that you will find anywhere. Now, just having something that tells you when to get in a trade is fine. But when we're trading markets where we don't know from one day to the next what the machines are going to do, how often do you get in a trade and it looks good and you're wondering, should I give it a little bit more profit, then maybe take a little bit off, and then before you know, boom, the algos flip the other way and they take that trade away from you. You don't have that problem with our system, because we take our proprietary algorithmic long and short entry systems, and then we combine it with two distinct systems of algorithmic pivots, and that's where the risk management comes in, because good trading cannot occur without good risk management. So you see these horizontal lines that are across the chart. Now, these upper extensions, like up here at 32, I need a better pair of reading glasses, around 32, 33, 32, 34. That's one of our Mercury band extensions. We've got two sets of algo pivots that we run. There's a set called Mercury bands and algo pivots, and those are run based on the closing data. So once we get to 4:15 p.m. Eastern Time, RTH close data, we have the data that we need to run those Mercury bands and algo pivots. And those pivots go back long. There's a long and a short cycle, but even the short cycle goes back many, many, many days. And it's looking at price and time, and it finds areas on the chart where there's layer after layer after layer of support or resistance. And what's amazing about it is we put this out shortly after RTH closed. And of course, this was based on Friday's RTH close. So Sunday afternoon, we calculated our pivots, we put them on the chart, and we had this up here at 32.33. And lo and behold, where does ES decide to run up to and stop? 32.34 and a quarter. We had a pivot at 32.33.91, so 34 cents. But because these Mercury band algo pivots, the ones you run in the evening, because they look at such long time cycles, they are incredibly accurate. You will see time after time when, as we've seen lately with ES, where they'll run it up in Globex and it'll get extended. And if you don't have this on your chart, you're just sitting there wondering, okay, pick a spot. Where do we think it's going to stop? Well, you know where it's going to stop, because these Mercury band extensions will stop it in its tracks night after night after night. So really, there's only two trades on Monday. You were either long Globex and just kept it all night, or you got long in the morning, got a few handles left. But with the accuracy of these pivots, somebody who got long at the beginning of Globex on Sunday night, now ES is chopping around in this little range. Let me take a moment and talk about this range itself. You notice it's bound on the top by our proprietary trend momentum trigger, and it's bound on the bottom by our proprietary trend baseline trigger. Now, these train tracks many days will define the initial congestion area that the bulls and bears battle over, and then ES will emerge victorious from one side or the other. So we're in this zone here, but imagine you got long early Sunday evening in Globex, and now it's getting late in the evening, and you're just figuring, I don't know how much later I want to step and babysit this. It's not going anywhere. Well, knowing that Globex so often wants to go up to these upper extensions, what you could have done is put a bracketed order in. So you've got a sell stop down here. Since you're long, give it just a couple of handles, not more than that. And then put an order up here to take profits. And literally you only need to give it a handle difference from where that pivot is, because price, I'm telling you, it will go up to the tick. So here we went up there within 34 cents, came back down, went up again, hit it to the tick. Now, after it had its little foray up here into the Mercury band upper extension, well, then where do we go? We come down here, we break through the trend momentum trigger, and it's coming next. Hit stopped right at the trend baseline trigger, and then we had this chop the rest of the way with a little poke down there, but then right back into the top of this zone and down into the bottom of the zone, and on and on and on. And I just want to show you what we put out for subscribers. We've got our computer algorithms. We run the algorithms. We then dump them into an Excel spreadsheet and strip off all the formulas at the top so nobody knows what it is, but we still share it with everybody. And you can see where these upper extensions were. The one we were talking about was up there at 32, 33, 91. But on these Mercury bands, we give you two upper extensions, we give you two lower extensions, and then in the meat of it, you've got an upper level, you've got a lower level, and then you've got two levels in between, kind of like a Bollinger Band with two lines in the middle. And you've got the short cycle. There's 4 short cycle pivots and 4 long cycle pivots, and you'll see those all over the charts. Then in the morning, we've got another set of pivots, and these are called Mercury dynamic pivots. And these are a little bit different. The ones that we run at night, as I mentioned, they've got layer after layer of time price data in them. They go back days, weeks, months. The ones we run in the morning are called Mercury dynamic pivots. And when I say that price is an important component, I mean it. When we run these in the morning, they have to be run at a specific minute. It's almost 2 hours before RTH open. If we're off by 1 minute when we pull that data, it's not going to be as accurate as it needs to be. So there's some very complex formulas that dictate precisely what time of the morning these levels get done. And what you've got is about 14 price pivots and a handful of tick pivots. But what these price pivots do is they've got descriptive names, because one of the things that our systems have done, one of the things we discovered, is there's mathematical relationships between different time and price cycles. And so the cycles themselves, for example, here we've got our trend confirmation pivot. It's in yellow. So is the backtest pivot. So is the swing trend pivot. These pivots all have a mathematical relationship to themselves, or within amongst themselves. But what they all do is they all tend to be levels where price is going to come down to, and if it holds it, well, then it's going to serve its purpose as a confirmation pivot. A backtest pivot is a little bit deeper move back. So when that backtest pivot holds, and it usually does, then you get that move back in the other direction. But then when you start getting into your trend change warning pivot, well, there you've got some problems, because now when price gets down into that level, there's a very high probability that we're going to see a change in trend, maybe just short term, maybe not carry over for more than a couple of days. But we know that the behavior of the market is making a little bit of a change. And what I really love are these acceleration pivots, because the acceleration pivots do exactly what they do. And it's almost difficult when we designed this and we first made this discovery, we couldn't figure out what to call it other than acceleration pivot, because when price gets to those pivots, it will go through like a shot. Now, we also give you some for swing traders and position traders. We've got some deeper pivots, our short cycle trend, our long cycle trend, and then we give you some much, much deeper pivots as well. But these come out in the morning, and these are more granular. The weightiness of each one of those levels isn't as heavy as the Mercury bands, but it's very, very precise in that when ES comes down into one of them or goes up into one of them, I'm telling you, you will not believe how many times a day the price goes to these pivots and stops to the tick. I mean, there's some magic in this. And I say that because beautiful, awesome math is magical sometimes. But let's go back over to the chart. What are we going to get coming up for the next few days? I don't know if we're going to get much more volatility into the week, but then this year's proven that we could see anything at any moment. But I do believe we're going to start getting a substantial increase in volatility as we head into January 1st, just the way these bands are moving and how farther apart they're getting. We want to offer you a couple of free things. If you go to our website, mercurysignals.com, if you'd like to sign up for our subscription service, you get a 2-week free trial, 14-day free trial. We do not bill your credit card until after the 14 days are up. And even when your subscription starts, the billing's on a weekly basis, not a monthly basis, because we are adamant about the fact that we don't want anybody to pay for anything that they don't want. We guarantee our rate for a lifetime. Right now we're running 62% off. But if you try out one of our services, we're not going to make any stay any longer than you want to. Because we believe that once you take a look at what these systems do, you're going to believe like we do and like everyone else who's seen them and spent time with them. These are the most accurate algorithmic trading models that exist. I don't care what the banks have. I don't care what the institutions have. I could care less what the hedge funds have. We will put the accuracy of this system up against anything, anytime, anywhere. They simply cannot compete. They can't compete for the profit that our oscillators make, and they can't compete, not even a little bit, in terms of the precision of these pivots. And the purpose of these pivots is to lock in your profits at the most opportune price, so you're not giving away profit by either taking your profit too soon or letting it ride too long. Now, if you're not ready to subscribe to our service, well, we'd like to send you a free video every evening directly to your inbox. And so if you go to our other website, missing an O here, this should say algo-analytics.net. That's algo-analytics.net/daily-video-update. And we'll be sure to put that underneath the YouTube video. Now, if you go to that landing page, all you need to do is put in your first name, last name, and your email address. And what that's going to get you is not one cheesy report or one little 3-page PDF that someone threw together just to get your email address. We are going to deliver directly to your inbox all of these nightly updates, so you can review them right from your desk on your tablet. You don't have to go to YouTube and search for the videos, but they will be delivered in your inbox each evening. And we're also going to throw in some additional charts that won't be included in the evening YouTube update. Someone asked me the other day, how long do I get those free videos for? I said you get them for as long as it takes to convince you to try and subscribe to our service. Because when you see at the end of the day, day after day after day, what these algo pivots do and what this entry-exit oscillator does, I'm telling you, friends, there is absolutely nothing else on the market, and I don't care how much money the banks and the institutions spend. We came up through the grace of God. We came up with some things that I guarantee you nobody else has. And that's why we're giving a 2-week trial for our subscribers on our website. And that's why, just to show you how strong this is, we'll send these evening video updates to you every day for the rest of your life. But we're hoping at some point you see the value of it and you'd want to get access to the things we put out in the morning. And by the way, our subscribers get access to a live chart. On the live chart, they can see this moving all day long. In addition to the live chart, they get access to our Slack channel, and they also get the Mercury bands and algo pivots in the evening and the Mercury dynamic pivots during the day. And I'm on the Slack channel pretty much all day long to help with commentary and analysis and help you any way we can. You know, we started this as a labor of love. It's something we really believed in. And the number one goal, and I say this with absolute sincerity, the number one goal is we wanted to help as many people as possible make money to help themselves and support their families. And that is really what drives us. We want to have a system that's priced properly so any trader that wants it can afford it, because we want to help bless your families. We believe we've been given something very special here, and we believe we have a duty to do everything we can to help other people get access to this amazing gift that's been given to us. And so with that, it's a wrap for tonight. I want to thank you for your time. Went a little bit long, but we do sincerely appreciate you being with us. And we wish you all the best. God bless you and your family, and Merry Christmas. We'll see you back here in a couple of days. Take care.